Hey, it's Kristina from Proven Winners ColorChoice Shrubs, and I'm really excited to be here with Temple of Bloom 7 Sunflower, a shrub that can be grown as a multi-stem tree if you train it the right way. So today, we're going to show you how to do that training. But first, I want to talk about this amazing plant. It is a true full season plant. It has everything that you're looking for in one beautiful package. It is hardy in zones 5 through 9, and it grows 6 to 10 feet tall and wide. So, in springtime, this plant is a total stunner. When it's grown in that upright tree habit, it's really allowed to shine as everything else around it is coming into leaf. You can just see this really beautiful architectural element. In the summertime, it's got these really pretty, fluffy sprays of flowers. And then for fall, these bright red bracts are revealed, and it looks like another flower show. And then in the winter, you're gonna really notice its bark. So it's got this kind of milky tan colored bark, and it is exfoliating. So it has all of the texture that you would want, and it just is luminous in the landscape. So let's talk about training this into its upright habit. You're gonna want to have two things on hand. And the first is some bamboo stakes or stakes of any kind. And the second are some ties. So with these ties, you're gonna want them to be softer than the bark. We've got, it looks like 3 stems here. This one we're gonna leave until it's a bit taller and can be trained upward. So we're gonna start with these guys. First, you're gonna get your stake, and I'm gonna pretend that this is all happening in the ground after you've planted it. But you're gonna get your stake and you're gonna put it relatively close to the branch that you wanna train upward. And you're gonna get your tie and secure the stem to your stake. And what I recommend is when you go to tie your plant to the stake is to leave a little bit at the top so that it can be free to blow in the wind. If it's too restricted, the plant might get damaged. And as the plant grows, you can move these stakes, you can move the secure ties up with the plant so that it's helping encourage the plant to keep growing upward. So again, I'm putting my tie down a few inches. So as this plant grows, like I said, you can move these ties upward, and that will help keep the branches in this upright habit. And as they harden, the plant will be better able to keep itself upright in time. And here with this middle branch, you can also, if you've got something like this, you can wait for a while for it to grow out a little bit more and then secure that to grow upright as well. So here's the difference between an untrained plant and a trained plant. And now I would like to go out into the landscape to show you a couple different examples of Temple of Bloom 7 sunflowers out in the landscape at different ages. All right, and here we are with a plant that was that's only been in the ground for a couple of months, planted from a 3-gallon. And as you can see, it doesn't need supports anymore because its stems are very woody and are growing in a nice upright manner. One thing to note is that a lot of times people worry, why is my plant not branching out yet? And it's likely just because it hasn't flowered yet. So when the end of the stem flowers like this, that's when it's going to start branching outward. And so you'll be able to get that more tree form look as the plant flowers year to year. And it's at this point when you can start removing some of these lower leaves at the base of the branches. And that will kind of give you more of that tree look as the tree matures. You don't want to remove too many too fast because the plant still needs these leaves to produce energy. But as you go and as it grows, you can kind of limb up the tree and just remove some of that foliage. So let's move on to an older plant. All right, and now we're with a plant that's probably about 5 years old, and it's got a little bit of work. It's a great example of a plant that needs some pruning done. So you'll see that we've got some branches that are happening a little bit lower down on the plant, and you can just snip these either right back down to the base of the soil or back to the main branch, depending on the situation. You're gonna wanna keep encouraging the nice, clean branches up until it gets into this canopy area. And it just takes a little bit of work, but it's not too long of a task to perform. And then you'll get a tree like we're gonna see right now. And now we're with a plant that's about 5 to 7 years old. You can tell that it's a lot bigger and has a lot more flowers. I can just hear the bees buzzing around me. This is definitely going to be the stage that you're going to get most excited about because it's actually looking like a tree. Let's go see one that's a little bit more mature though. And now we're with the finale plant. This is at its mature size, 10 feet tall and wide, and happy as can be in the landscape. This is the kind of show that you can expect from a mature plant. It is covered in flowers and in bees. The fall show is going to be amazing with all of the bracts that are just going to light up the fall landscape. And in the winter, you're definitely not going to be hurting for winter interest with beautiful bark like that. I hope that I've convinced you to grow a Temple of Bloom 7 sunflower in its tree form. It's just a really stunning plant and a great focal point for any landscape. If you want to see more, please go to mypwcolorchoices.com. Check out this plant, see some of our other amazing shrubs. If you have any comments, leave them below, and I'll see you again next time.